The Oldenburger Münsterland region in northwestern Germany has its charms even on an overcast day in March. In a few weeks, the cattle will return to the fields and spring planting will begin. Much of the region is made up of sparsely populated farmland with wide expanses of flat heathland and fields. Along with poultry and pig farming, the Münsterland is also known for horse breeding. Janin-Gereber Pohl lives and works near the town of Vechta. Almost every evening after work, she stops by to pay a visit to her horse, Tucker. Just a few kilometers down the road is the Big Dutchman factory, a world leader in high-tech animal husbandry equipment. One of its main products, computerized feed systems. The components are delivered to over 100 countries around the world. The firm has built a large new logistics center to cope with demand. The company has doubled its sales in 4 years, but is still more interested in sustained growth than just turning a quick profit.
A well-managed, family-owned company like Big Dutchman focuses on mid-range and long-term goals instead of on short-term ones. That's a real advantage.
Although the feed systems are popular on the international market, most of the units are sold to farms in the surrounding region. The company enjoys a good relationship with local farmers. Janine works here at the Big Dutchman. With business booming, she's kept very busy. One of her tasks is translating business correspondence and equipment manuals into Spanish and English. She moved here from the city and has just had a house built.
My job is my life, and I love my work. Here I have everything I need, everything I could hope for in my future.
Uwe Bartels is the mayor of Vechta. He says the area has become increasingly popular with companies moving into local industrial estates. The town is scrambling to expand its commercial zones to meet the new demand. Bartels also wants to ensure that established companies make the newcomers feel at home.
We've all grown and expanded together. We know and trust one another. We can be competitors and rivals, of course. But at the same time, we're willing to cooperate with one another, work together and support each other in international markets, for example. So we can, for instance, make joint appearances at major international trade fairs.
The area has a solid infrastructure. In contrast to many other rural areas, the population here is growing, and many young people are moving in. The construction materials company Remmers is also benefiting from the local boom. The company has a lot of young trainees. Here in the laboratory, researchers are developing new paints, wood stains and mortars, so it needs all the trained workers it can get. The materials the company produces are also used to restore historic buildings and monuments. Sales have passed 240 million euros a year, and growth is in double digits.
We're strongly behind our firm and enjoy our work. I was an apprentice here over 30 years ago, and I'm still here with a good and interesting job, just like many of my co-workers.
The Remmers company was founded 60 years ago and now employs 500 people. Dieter Sieverding is company director. He puts great stock in careful financial management and controlled expansion, avoiding overdependency on banks. A short time ago, the company took over another business for the first time ever.
We do what is necessary and what we can afford. What I mean by afford is that we want to be able to finance it ourselves. That's the principle we've followed so far.
This pragmatic approach is typical of entrepreneurs in the region, and it works. Local unemployment is under 5%. Against the backdrop of this idyllic countryside with its quaint farm buildings and green meadows, the Oldenburger Münsterland economy is quietly booming.